One of my viewers actually requested that I take a look at Melodee Buzzard. And until then, I really hadn't looked into this case at all, and I knew nothing about it. So when this was suggested to me in a recent comment on my community post, I decided to take a look at Melodee Buzzard's case. And it turns out that it's a very strange case. This channeled tarot and oracle reading is going to be channeling the energy of the missing 9-year-old girl, Melodee Buzzard. So Melodee is 9 years old. She was born February 10th, 2016. She lived with her mother, Ashlee, in Lompoc, California. And this is really kind of a strange case because there aren't any recent photos of Melodee Buzzard. In fact, the main photo that you see in a lot of news reports is a photo that was taken in 2023. So she was likely only 6 or 7 years old at the time of her most recent photo that we have out there. But recently she was last seen on October 9th, 2025, during a little road trip she was on with her mother. And she was actually caught on surveillance. But strangely, it's almost like her identity was being concealed because the child was wearing a hoodie, but with the hood up. And it is also suspected that she was wearing a wig, as well as her mother, Ashlee, wearing a wig. So there was some deliberate deception going on here with these disguises. And it's almost like they're trying to make these travels without being identified or seen.
For missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard, last pictured in this surveillance video appearing to be wearing a wig. The Santa Barbara Sheriff's Office arresting her mother on charges indirectly related to her daughter's disappearance. The arrest comes just a day after authorities released that video showing the 9-year-old along with her mother, Ashlee, renting a car on October 7th. Authorities say the pair then drove nearly 1,500 miles to Nebraska and then turned around. At one point, Ashlee even changing the rental car's license plates.
The indications are that the license plate was switched to avoid detection. We don't have any other plausible reason for why Ashlee would have switched the plates.
Police say the mother returned the rental car on October 10th with the original plates back on, but without Melodee.
And like I said, I haven't really been following this case from the beginning, so that's really about all I know right now. Just that Melodee Buzzard is still missing. Her mother, Ashlee, has been arrested on unrelated charges. But right before her disappearance, Melodee was seen traveling across multiple states along with her mother in disguise. So this is definitely a strange case and one that I really want to tap into to see what's happening here. So we don't really know if Melodee Buzzard is still alive or not at this point. But we're going to assume that she is. Her mother is just unwilling to speak. So we don't know if she left her with a friend or a family member. We just don't know where she is at all. But regardless, I am going to still light the candle in honor of the energy of Melodee Buzzard. And so while this candle is lit, I am going to be a channel for her energy to come through so that we can find out hopefully through the tarot and oracle cards, what happened to Melodee Buzzard. Where did she go? Why has she just disappeared? All right, so I'm just going to ask that the highest vibrations of light and love connect to my highest self and release all previous programming and unwanted energies. I want to open myself up as a channel for the energy of Melodee Buzzard to come through. I'm going to light this candle in honor of the energy of Melodee Buzzard. And while this candle is lit, I will be a channel for her to speak through me and the tarot and oracle cards. Thank you. Melodee Buzzard, while this candle is lit, I am now going to be a channel for your energy, a voice that you can use to tell your story. All right. Okay. I'm going to start by using these murder mystery cards, even though, like I already said, we don't know if, you know, the worst has happened to Melodee at this point. So we'll just use our discernment with the wording on these cards. But as usual, I'm going to shuffle 3 times, cut the deck, and draw a card. And I will repeat that process until we have 3 cards. All right, Melodee Buzzard, what happened to you? Victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime. Oh my gosh. And look, there's masks. This obviously is what we were just discussing, is that the victim, as well as her mother, had been acting weird leading up to her disappearance. And with those masks on the image, I mean, it's definitely pointing out to me that, yeah, the victim was engaged in this strange behavior before her disappearance. All right, Melodee, what else can you tell us about what happened to you? Strange phenomena involved. That's true. This is all very strange. I think that's why I was, after someone had requested this case, that's why I was so drawn to it, because it is just so strange. All right, now let's go ahead and shuffle again. I was about to just pull another card. All right, Melodee Buzzard, tell us any more information you can tell us about what happened to you. All right, one more shuffle. All right. Social media will provide valuable clues. So I don't know what the mother was involved in when it comes to social media, but I'm wondering if there was some kind of network of people involved here. Social media being kind of like a networking of people, right? So, I think that there will definitely be some kind of clue within the digital realm of this case. Possibly social media itself. But in general, I think we're going to find that there's some kind of network of people involved. Social network or something along those lines. There will be also clues found within a digital footprint, which I think we already have seen a little bit of that. Like with the license plate readers on the car to follow her movements and things like that. So, all right, there's definitely something strange going on here. We got the victim, you know, engaged in these unusual behaviors. We have strange phenomena. And we have the fact that social media will provide valuable clues. All right, I'm trying to kind of decide which way I want to go now. The first deck I was going to pick up was this one, so we'll just do it. I'm going to shuffle the Deviant Moon deck 3 times. All right, Melodee Buzzard, I'm going to pull 3 cards. And I want the energy of Melodee Buzzard's mother. What is the current energy of Melodee Buzzard's mother, or the energy at the time of this crime? We have the Knight of Wands. In this Knight of Wands, you see it looks like an insect riding an insect, kind of charging forth. I feel like with this imagery here, this is the Deviant Moon deck, but most of the characters in this deck are the moon itself. But in this particular image, it is of two insects, right? So there was some kind of, when it comes to the mother, there was some kind of like literal lower thought, a very habitual thought that was guiding her forward on this little trip. Some kind of strange habitual thought repeating over and over, like in your head, you know, like an insect. Yeah. The second card we have here is the Sun. I think as well that she thought that whatever she was doing, this trip she was going on, was a good thing for her in some way. The mother. And then we have the Two of Swords as the final card here. And that Two of Swords is definitely representing like making a decision. Now, one of these, like, they're kind of like a Siamese twin. One has the dark skin and one has the light skin. And it looks like they're kind of going head to head, right? So it's almost like a fight between good and evil here. And I noticed too on the Sun card, I have to cover their bodies, but these two men on this image of the Sun, which is usually a very happy card too, they are of the dark skin half, right? Both of them. So I feel like while it was kind of like a struggle with some kind of struggle within, it's like there was this darker side of Ashlee, the mother, that kind of won over here. And it has a lot to do with like some type of habitual thoughts that were just like, you know, repeating over and over and over and over again. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the regular Rider-Waite deck. I want to give this deck 3 shuffles, and I want to pull 3 cards for the energy of Melodee herself leading up to this. I want to know, what was the energy of Melodee Buzzard during this little road trip with her mother? What was the energy of Melodee Buzzard during this road trip with her mother? All right. We have the Fool reversed. She had no choice. She had to go. Melodee had no choice. She's being forced to go. Yeah. Then we have the Six of Swords. You're being taken from one land into another by someone else. She's not the one. I really don't feel like Melodee really wanted to go on this trip. Yeah. And then we have the Star reversed. So the Star card being reversed is like, she absolutely had no awareness of why they were going on this trip. Melodee didn't know why they were going on the trip. She felt like she was just being taken against her will, kind of like, you know, a lot of kids feel that way when their parents are making them do things, right? But in this case, with this weird little road trip that they went on, I don't think Melodee Buzzard had any awareness as to why they were doing this, you know, or what it was for. And with that Fool card being reversed as the first card pickup on her energy, I'm just getting that, like, this was in no way, like, something that she actually wanted to do. Because the Fool is, like, that part of ourselves that just moves forward following our own joy, right? And with that being reversed, I just feel like she was almost taken on this trip against her will. She didn't really want to do it. That's the energy I'm getting. All right, Melodee Buzzard. I have 3 piles of these true crime cards here. So I'm just going to pull from each of these 3 piles. So, Melodee Buzzard, what happened to you? Why have you disappeared? All right, let's see what these 4 say. We have cleanup, secret weapon, DNA, fraud. All right, so with this DNA card and fraud, first of all, the fraud has that monopoly money on it. So I think I did see this report where Melodee Buzzard's mother was in a lot of debt. And the debt was starting to press upon her, right? Like the collectors were coming. I'm wondering if there's going to be any evidence as far as DNA is concerned. Somehow, maybe in the car or at a certain place. We'll see what else we get here. But cleanup and secret weapon. That's very interesting. Whenever I get the cleanup card, I feel like something happened as a form of cleanup. Like cleaning up a mess you already made, right? So in some cases, it's like to get rid of evidence. In some cases, whatever. But I'm wondering if in some way she used the internet to try to fix something when it comes to the money. I wonder if maybe that's why she was arrested. I don't know why she was arrested or anything. All right, let's see what else comes out. Melodee, what else can you tell us about what happened to you? Man-made disaster just fell out. I'm going to keep shuffling. Melodee Buzzard, what happened to you? Okay, so we got man-made disaster. Something happened that was unnatural here. Yeah, and then we just got the money card again. Man-made disaster and money. So this definitely had something to do with the money part of it. Because we got the fraud and the money card now. What else can you tell us, Melodee? What happened to you? What else can you tell us about what happened to you? I'm switching piles. All right, Melodee Buzzard, what else can you tell us about what happened to you? The inside job card just fell out. And we got school and natural causes. School, that's interesting because I don't think that Melodee has been in school for over a year because her mother wanted to start homeschooling her as well, which is, to me, at least in a case like this, that's a red flag. She hasn't been having any recent photos taken of herself. No one at school has seen her. What about school and natural causes? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't take them. It's too many. I only take the drop if there are 5 or less. All right, Melodee Buzzard, what else can you tell us? Okay. I'm going to switch piles. Is there anything else you could share with us, Melodee Buzzard, right at this time about what happened to you? What caused your disappearance? Anger. Private property. Okay. I don't know if there was some kind of anger of something taking place with her property, with the home that they shared over there in California. And it is possible that, yeah, it's like the homeschool. I just brought up homeschool as well. I wonder if she's being homeschooled because of things that were taking out on her in anger. You know, that the mother wouldn't really want her to share with people. So anyway, they kept her private. Interesting. Okay. It's getting a little long. I don't want it to get too long. I'm going to try shuffling from 2 more piles, and then that'll be it. So, Melodee Buzzard, is there any final messages about your disappearance that you can share with us at this time? Giant. Government agency. Evil. I'm wondering if there was, with this giant and government agency card, yeah, I'm wondering if something so much bigger than herself, like the mother, was making her think a certain way or act a certain way. Again, possibly because of this debt or something. You know, it's also possible something happened. Again, this government agency could stand for whatever this social aspect is that we got in the first 3 cards. When we got that social media card, I just got this energy that it could be a network of people. So this government agency and giant card, there could just be a network of people that feels so much bigger than them, kind of residing over this, making them like unable to do anything else. But to us, it looks like acting very weird, like not speaking and stuff like that. All right. I'm going to shuffle from this last stack. Is there any final message that you want to share with us, Melodee Buzzard, about what happened to you? That says fire. Premeditated. Okay. All right, I gotta straighten these out. Premeditated and fire. What does this mean, Melodee? What does this mean? Then we got the breakup card. Fire, premeditated, breakup. So I am wondering, the premeditated and then the breakup thing, yeah, I'm wondering if this whole losing her daughter was premeditated, obviously. But what is fire? What do you mean by fire, Melodee? We just got the devil card again, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the one on top that was flipped over said devil. I'm putting them all back. What do you mean about this fire? There's 3 cards. We got manipulation, marriage, wedding, and deep state. So yeah, I feel like someone's being manipulated by a social network or group of people that they are committed to. This could be drug dealers even. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a secretive group of people that it feels like a giant, right? Because it's like an agency of people. It's a network that is almost larger than life when it comes to like trying to defeat them, right? But anyway, there was definitely some manipulation taking place based on a network of people that there was commitment to. Now, with this breakup and premeditated, I just think there was a plan to sever this relationship for some reason. And with this fire card, I just hope that nothing happened when it comes to like actual fire, right? Were there any fires, I wonder? Unseen danger and inside. Okay. So the last 2 cards that just flew out. Someone on the inside was definitely an unseen danger in the situation regarding Melodee Buzzard. The mother's not talking, so we don't know anything. But all in all, this was I feel like it had to do with money because we got some money cards. Definitely had to do with some kind of network of people. So it's possible that more than one person is involved, even though it was really only Melodee and her mother. But they were traveling somewhere. It's possible that they were traveling based on where some network of people wanted them to go, right? Yeah, and with this deep state card, we got inside job, we got inside and unseen danger. And then secret weapon and cleanup. I just feel like it's possible that someone was instructing her what to do as well on the internet or social media or a network somehow, instructing her what to do. But I think that's all we have for right now. So I'm going to send Melodee Buzzard back to the energy from where she came. So just please, 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 everyone, continue to send so many loving prayers to the energy of Melodee Buzzard. Send prayers to the investigators in this case to ensure that they continue to investigate and follow leads. And don't let this case go cold. We need to find Melodee Buzzard. So say your prayers for her now. And now, Melodee Buzzard, I'm going to be sending you back to the energy from where you came. So when I blow out this candle, I will no longer be a channel for your energy to come through. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. And Melodee Buzzard, I now release you to go back to the energy from where you came. Thank you for being here. I love you. Goodbye.